Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Dalal Street Week Ahead program. First, let us look at the global cues. US markets are resilient. Last month, when the CPI inflation came at 8.6% versus expectation of 8.4, the US markets fell nearly 10%. Nasdaq has fallen more than 10% in the next 4 days. But this month, when the CPI inflation came at 9.1% versus expectation of 8.8. So one thing is that this time it is higher by 0.3% versus last time 0.2%. And this time the inflation is much higher than the last month and historic high also. But despite that, US markets are actually higher during the next 3 days. And that day it fell, the next day it fell, but recovered. But after 3 days, the US markets were actually higher. So just imagine if this is the case, what would have happened if the consumer price inflation data was better than expected? There is a possibility Dow would have rallied 8 to 10% in the next 4 days. Who knows, that can happen next month. And because this month the crude prices are lower, the US government also reduced the taxes. So because of that, next month CPI may be better and that can propel the market higher. So the first thing is that, when something happens first time, it becomes a surprise. But second time onwards, when that happens, it is no more surprise. And people started expecting the bad things. So the same way, the higher inflation last month was a surprise. That was the reason why markets fell 10%. But this time, though inflation is higher, it was not a surprise. So that's why markets, though on those 1 or 2 days it reacted, but that reaction was also not really very bad. So always remember, markets will react violently only for the surprise news. When everybody expecting something bad, even when that bad thing happens, markets do not react much. So like stock markets always behave differently. That's why I remember once Rakesh Junjunwala said, if I had listened to the economists, I would not have made so much money. So that's why even the intelligent people in stock market don't make money. And now you know why PR Sundar is making a lot of money in stock market. So let us come back to our markets. So last week before last week, we were doing really very well. Nifty was trading above 16,000. But as expected last week, though, no, the markets fell. And that's because of this US inflation data. But though US inflation data came bad and then our markets fell, but during the entire week, surprisingly, India VIX was keep moving lower. Even in the medium term, the IVs dropped significantly. Look at the December option premiums. Last 1 week, many straddles and strangles have given 5 to 10% returns. So that was an extraordinary return. So there is an extraordinary erosion of premium in December options. On one side, though India VIX keeps falling, now it is below 18, which is comfortably at a lower level. But intraday volatility seems to be still very, very high. On many days, Nifty moves more than 200 point intraday. I'll just give you one example. On Thursday night, SGX Nifty hit a low of 15,800. On Friday night, SGX Nifty closed at 16,200. That's a 400 point move in a matter of 24 hours. Even the US markets. Dow was gap down 600 point on Thursday. The Dow was gap up 600 point on Friday. So the intraday volatility is continued to be there, and let us hope going forward those intraday volatility also subsides. Nifty moving 100 point, 125 point is good, but definitely 200 point plus move is a big worry for option writers. So tomorrow Nifty is likely to open around 16,200 as per SGX Nifty indication. It will be interesting to see whether the recent high of 16,250 will be taken out on the higher side. Over the weekend, HDFC Bank came out with results, and the results seems to be in line with expectation. And I think HDFC Bank will be reacting slightly positively for many reasons. Number one, that stock has been falling for the last few days. That's number one reason. Number two, the global sentiment is good, and Nifty will be turning positive. So that positive sentiment will be spilling over to HDFC Bank also. So I'm expecting Nifty like HDFC Bank to trade closer to 1400. So anyway, I have a lot of call ratios in that. So other results, Hindustan Unilever, IndusInd Bank, Reliance, JSW Steel. These are some of the companies that are set to declare results this week. IndusInd Bank is coming out with results on Wednesday, Hindustan Unilever on Tuesday, and more importantly, Reliance Industries, which will be declaring the results on Friday. And you know that every quarter Reliance declare results only on Friday evening. So that impact will be seen only on the next week. And if you're looking at Bank Nifty, HDFC Bank, the highest index heavyweight, has come out with results yesterday, Saturday. A second and third highest index heavyweight, Kotak Bank and ICICI Bank, both will be coming out with results on coming Saturday. And with IndusInd Bank on Wednesday, I think 50-60% of the Bank Nifty weightage results will be out by the end of this week. So again, Kotak Bank and ICICI Bank, and the impact will be seen only next week. So coming back to the open interest, and I found that more puts are written than calls in weekly options, and 16,000 PE has the highest open interest among the put option. So that shows that 16,000 could be a good support. But in fact, even the week before also that was the case. But this US inflation came very bad. So then Nifty broke 16,000, went to close to 15,800. Now recovered, moved back to 16,000 plus. But this week we are not expecting any such violent downside move, mainly because there are no more big global events. And probably the following week, the Fed meeting jitters may come into the picture. But next week, there are no more global events, bigger events. So the markets may not make violent move. So resistance may be coming around 16,300. And, if that is broken decisively, the next target will be 16,500. Why? Because markets fell from 16,500 only. So overall, this week, market may range between 15,800 and 16,500. This week, the overall market may go sideways, but stock-specific actions may continue. So Hindustan Unilever results will affect ITC share price also. And then IndusInd Bank in HDFC Bank. So banking stocks will be in particular will be in focus. So stock specific actions likely to continue. And once again, the FIIs are on the selling side. So we have to watch like last week, once USD touched 80 rupees. So we have to watch the crude price, rupee movement, FII selling, and these are the usual data points we look at it. So in addition to that, we have to watch closely the results of the key companies. So the TCS came out with results, it was not good. And the TCS result and the US inflation, both together only dragged the market to 15,800 last week. And so we have to watch the results also closely. I do expect some positive results only going forward. So in my opinion, so Nifty should be trading between 16,000 to 16,500. But still why I said 15,800, because the last week low was 15,800. In case any untoward incident happens, if 16,000 is broken, then 15,800 should be the support. So hope you enjoyed listening to this audio. Thank you for watching.